Hi everybody, welcome to Vanna's Corner, or welcome back to Vanna's Corner. We are going to talk about something slightly different today, which I kept saying I wanted to talk about, so we're going to talk about it now. Online dating. I'm a success story of online dating, and it wasn't something that I really thought anything was going to come out of. I actually thought that I was going to end up hating it, and it really was just a thing to try. I didn't think I was going to come out of it actually finding a partner, a life partner. I was like, oh no, this is just something that I'm going to do and like see how it goes. Just for the plot. I'm in my 20s and why not? And because I also wanted to play catch up and see how I felt. And then it was like, you know, if I meet somebody out of this, fantastic. Before I proceed and go on and talk, I will put full disclosure here. I was not exchanging energy with anyone. I was not doing that. I personally did not feel there was a need to do that. I was somebody that was already emotionally distraught, and I was kind of not in a place to be exchanging energy with anyone. And I just didn't think it made sense because I'm a very emotionally driven person, and I'm a very emotionally driven person. So I wouldn't set myself up for failure and also safety. Online dating can be fun, but it can also be confusing, sometimes unsafe if you don't have boundaries. I learned a lot through experience, trial and error, and just wanting to protect my peace while still being open to the potential of love, because it wasn't like I was necessarily going in there hoping that I would fall in love. It was kind of like, oh, maybe I'll meet somebody that I'll casually date and we'll see how it goes. But if I met somebody, that would be nice. So today I'm sharing 7 tips that help me online date successfully and, most importantly, safely. Tip number 1, have a safety person. Okay, all these tips are in no particular order, but I feel this is very, very important. Have a safety person. I'm gonna say it again. Have a safety person. Let's start normalizing this more. This was a non-negotiable for me. Safety person is my sister. She was the person that when I was online dating, I was sending her a picture of the person. I sent her the person's name. If I had their full name, I sent that. I was even sending a picture of the profile. I sent her the location of where we were going. I sent her a phone number if I had a phone number at the time. I sent her as much information as I possibly could so she would know where I was, who I was with, if the person was a fraud and a phony, she had the dating profile. When I was even sometimes like entering the place, and I'll get into when I'm exiting. So safety person, muy importante. You need somebody that knows where you are all the times and is willing and able to be there in case you have an emergency. And sometimes the emergency could just be that you're not feeling the date and you need that person to do the typical thing you see in the movies, call you.
All right, when do you want the bad date bailout call?
I don't want it.
I also shared my moving location my sister already has. So the exact location, yes, she knew where I was going, but she knew where I basically was at all times. This is a big one that I didn't realize was a big one when I was dating. Use low pressure first dates. And when I say that, I mean, don't let this person, man, take you out to no 5-course dinner place, no super expensive place. Shoot, even if it's not expensive, I don't want to go to dinner with this man. Like, maybe unless it was fast food, and at that point that's not really giving date, I guess. When I say this, it was always a smoothie shop or a coffee shop, okay, or tea. It was always something that was a quick purchase it and sit. Okay. And when I say this, a lot of people, when I would speak to them, they were shocked. People that I was dating, or even people I was just telling in general when I was dating, like, this was a big thing for me. Like, I don't know where I got this from, but it was very like, I don't want any pressure on this date. I feel when you have dinner, you have pressure. I feel I don't want to have somebody keep interrupting the conversation, like a waiter or a waitress or whoever. What if there's a chance that I know in the first few minutes, I don't feel comfortable with this person, I don't like this person, or who knows, maybe they don't like me. And that avoids those things like in the movies when the person goes to the dinner, the bathroom and doesn't come back, and then you're left with the check. Okay, so things like that, I've seen too many rom-coms, but things like that I wanted to avoid. Like, I wanted to avoid that if he was a person that didn't want to pay on the first date or just didn't pay. I didn't want it to be a chance where he had any money issues or I had to sit and get stuck paying for the bill or paying for my half or whatever the case was. Which is not a problem if you're a person that wants to go Dutch the first date. It's okay, but paying for the entire bill, absolutely not. I'm not whining dining the princess at the hour. I rather pay Dutch than end up paying the entire bill. That helped avoid those type of things. Especially, and it really paid off on one of the dates I ended up having, that it was like, I knew within like the first couple of minutes that I was like, oh, my energy, I wasn't feeling it. It was giving completely different from the profile, typical stuff. The conversation like kind of flowed, but not really. I felt like we were like talking about the same things. So let me not say the first few minutes. I'm gonna say the first 20 minutes. The conversation was like, it just wasn't giving. It was giving very much friendly. And I kind of felt that way, which I'm going to get into after with another tip. I kind of felt that way the entire time I was talking, but because I think loneliness was fulfilling instead of compatibility in the beginning, that was the problem and why I kept entertaining it, and I probably shouldn't have. Smoothies, y'all, or tea. I'm telling you, this is a game changer for those who like to go on dates with dinner, lunch, whatever the case is. Do not give your social media too early, people, okay? Do not give your social media too early. I feel that a lot of these men come on this app to try to gain followers. I am not increasing his following. I am not helping him increase his following. Some men, I also feel, like to come and scout you out. They want to see what you post and they want to see what the body look like. They want to see all these things that it's like, if I didn't give you that on the profile, you okay. I don't think you need to get it from my Instagram. And I just feel like there's a certain personal thing that it's like, I don't want you to have access to my friend's family life routine, whatever it is. You don't need to know what's going on. So might be too safe, but I'm cool. I think I only had given it out like once or twice, and then that was about it. Yeah, I just don't want to give people that type of access. And then I kind of regretted it when I gave it out, because then it's like, now I got you in my DMs annoying me too, and it's like, we stopped talking. Why are you DMing me? It's weird. Like, it's weird. I don't like it. Don't rush your phone number. That's the next thing. I feel like it's similar to the social media type of timing. Like, I feel like that is a very personal thing too. I also don't want that my phone thinks that you're somebody I want to save in my contacts, and now you're in my contacts, which I see sometimes it does that. Like, even when you don't save the number, I don't know it's in your contacts. I didn't ask for that. I don't want that. I feel like I was a person that it was like, I might be being dramatic, but sometimes it might take me a month or two to even save your contact information. Maybe it's petty. I don't know. Maybe it's the New Yorker in me. I have no clue. But I didn't feel a need to save numbers unless it was like really like, okay. My boyfriend now, when we went on our first date, I saved his phone. He asked me for my phone number after the first date to get the vibes, and I knew I knew I liked him. So I was like, oh yes, please take my phone number. Always check in after the first date. My safety person, that's my sister. I would message her when I got to my car, sometimes right when I left the place. If you're a person that takes the bus, if you're a person that takes the train, whatever you take, if you're walking and it's not that far from where you live, which I don't suggest that either. I suggest picking a place that's not close to where you live. Protect your physical safety, everyone. Okay. That goes for, don't let that man walk you to the car. Don't let him walk you to home. Don't let him drive you home. He don't even need to see your car plates going back to the walking to your car, or what you drive. If I don't like you like that, what you need to see. And even when I'm first dating and when I liked someone, you can see the vibe and where you feel comfortable with a person. You will know what makes sense and what doesn't. If it don't make sense, no. Okay. Date with intention and not urgency. Like, date thinking about not dating because you're lonely, and more so dating because of compatibility. Trust your gut when something feels like it's off. You always know, and let me tell you something, you will always know when your gut is speaking to you. I will also add in here as a tip, pray. If you're a person that prays, I prayed before every date, I think, actually. And even more so when I think it was when I started dating Malik. Seriously, I was really praying over everything, and I say that in one of my in the mini series that I had about walking with God imperfectly. I felt it was necessary to truly let God lead as I was answering Him, lead as I was making decisions and trying my best to be intentional. Okay, include God in everything you do. All right, that's the best advice I can give you in life. What's one dating boundary that you swear by? Let me know in the comments. All right, thank you for watching. You could subscribe and like, comment, and share. Been out.
I can't